fragile space in a single sail. White rocky island, you and I on the trail, just us and the waves. No need to behave in the harbor of pine straw beds, tangerine tears, t-shirts laid out like our grief